going through all the motions. I showed up at all the stuff, and I think I'm good enough for God. God can give revelation sight, and He can show you who He really is. I've told this story so many times, but when I was a college student, I studied geography here at Georgia State University in Atlanta. Eventually ended up in this small lab group project studying Mount Rainier. And at the end of the day, after studying all these topographical maps of Mount Rainier, again, before the digital age, I'd never seen a photograph of it, of course, just knew all the technicalities. I ended up in the state of Washington on my way to Mount Rainier, thinking I know everything about this mountain. I had a friend traveling with me who didn't know I'd been in this study group, and I was going to impress him with all my knowledge and information once we got there. But as it turns out, when we drove up to Paradise Point, 5,000 feet up on the mountain, and parked our car and walked to a vista where we could see up the Nisqually Glacier up to the top of this volcanic cone, snow-covered all year long. I not only didn't give a speech, I lost it right there, and I just started to weep. My friend had no clue what was going on. It was the most awkward moment you could imagine. We didn't even talk about it that afternoon. I literally walked back and got in the car, and we went to our campsite, and like two guys would do, we never spoke a word about what happened that day in the meadow. But I asked God the next night while I was sleeping in the tent by myself, I said, what was that about? And I felt Him speaking back to me, Louie, that was the difference between knowing a lot about something and truly knowing something. Saul knew all about the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. He just didn't know Him. But all of a sudden he realized he could know Him through the person of Jesus Christ.